Hey Libra, intuitive soul coach here with your February 2023 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. Today we'll dive into the collective energy of Libra, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, so Libra, diving into the key themes here. This is going to be a very intense, powerful reading for some of you Librans out there, especially if you've been on the path of self-discovery, if you've been on a spiritual quest to a higher calling, a higher awakening, then this reading is going to really stir something within your soul. So trust it. Your main themes for February, you have here soul lessons, healing, and we also have gifts. So when this trio shows up, this is powerful. I'm getting here the phrase eyes wide open. Eyes wide open. So some of you have been on a very difficult path, whether you've struggled in the past with maybe some childhood wounding, some abandonment, rejection, some body image, or if you've been in relationships that have been tumultuous, because Librans can learn a lot from the relationships they are in with others, whether a romantic relationship, relationships with their parents, their siblings, their children. There are very powerful lessons here for you to learn in this lifetime, because you've chose to experience the most out of your time here on earth. And you're seeing some of those lessons for what they are, or for what they were. This is about inner growth. Karmic patterns, cycles, relationships, or lessons that you wanted to discover here in this lifetime. Maybe you weren't able to in a past life, or there may have been some unfinished lessons or things that you weren't able to fully grasp or learn. Things are coming full circle here for you, and this is powerful. This month is going to be a month of great change for you, Libra, but I'm sensing great clarity as well. This is about you learning through the experiences that you've had in the past can actually help you use your gifts to help other people heal. Now, wow, Libra, if you don't have goosebumps from that, this is part of your soul purpose. You had to possibly travel this path that I don't want to say a lot of people don't want to go on, but sometimes your lessons have been more intense. Now, it doesn't mean that anyone's better or worse off, but it just means sometimes those lessons can be more intense in order for us to fully grasp the concept and evolve, so we can teach others, so we can harness our gifts. Some of you may have suppressed your spiritual gifts early on in childhood or through your teenage years. Some of you may have numbed it away. Some of you have had addictions. Some of you have been in abusive relationships. You've struggled with your parents. This could be toxic patterns within yourself, depression, anxiety. I mean, all of those things that we can tend to experience here on earth, but it's actually allowed you to be at this moment in time, Libra, for you to use these gifts for the greater good of mankind. So it's almost like you had to take one for the team. And what I mean by that is you had to go through these experiences, or chose, not had to. It didn't happen to you. It happened for you, for your evolution. But you've chose to go through it so you could help another soul, right? How selfless is that, Libra? This is so you could use those gifts through the experiences that you have been put through, the experiences that have challenged your evolution here, so you could grow and evolve. This is about gratitude coming in. This is about you being thankful. And that's what I see showing up for you. You are in the process of helping others heal. You may be a healer, Libra, whether it's in the traditional sense or the spiritual sense, holistic sense. You could be a nurse, a doctor, therapist, massage therapist, Reiki practitioner, coach, mentor, guide. It doesn't have to be in your professional life. You may be a healer in your personal life. You may attract relationships to people that need healing, right? Because you have this energy that emanates from you, because you've lived a life that may have been a little more difficult sometimes than most, but you have learned a lot. This is about health. This is about support, gaining closure, recovery. Some of you have dove into the path of energy healing or Reiki, and this is about loss and grief, but you're helping other people get through some of their own loss and grief because you have some gifts here, really powerful spiritual gifts. This is about surprises, celebrations, some sort of evidence coming in from the universe, and I feel like it's going to really shine light on what you came here to do and part of a soul lesson. And soul lessons do not have to be challenging. Okay, it doesn't have to be a lesson in order for you to grow or evolve. Sometimes we have to go through those lessons and it helps us evolve quicker. But I feel whatever this is here, you've already taken a hit, okay? It's already stung. You're mending from it because you do have bee spirit, wasp spirit, and it says sometimes life stings. Sometimes you do have to take that hit, but you get up again and you do it over, right? You have a second chance. You don't let it bring you down to the level that you just stay at, right? Libra, you've been through these challenges and these soul lessons for you to grow. And like I always say, get knocked down 5 times, get up 6. So perhaps you've opened 5 different businesses that have failed and it feels like such a challenge for you to move forward. It's to really strengthen you, make you stronger so that 6th business that you have is bigger and more beautiful than you could have ever imagined, but you wouldn't have gotten there without the 5 failures. Same with the relationships. If you are in a relationship or if you've dealt with maybe a twin flame or a karmic relationship or even a very toxic soulmate pattern that had come in to teach you some lessons about your own self-discovery here, it is for you to hone in and tune into the soul and remember the gifts that you chose to come here with and to strengthen your resolve in a sense here, really strengthen it. I also feel some of you could be healing from a parent, mother, daughter, father, son. It could be even your own children. There's some sort of mending coming in here, and I will read the oracle message toward the end of your reading, but I feel like you're healing. And even if it's not on a physical level, your soul is healing. Even if you're loving at a distance, there's recovery taking place here, and other people are grateful for your gifts, Libra, is what I'm hearing. Now, diving into the tarot, you have the 7 of Wands. Instead of letting those experiences cage you or hold you off, because take a look at his chest. He has love. He has war. He has fighting. He has peace. He has strength. He has all the challenges etched right there on his body, but it has affected him on that soul level. But he's breaking free and he's not letting those experiences hold him hostage. When the 7 of Wands shows up, Libra, you have become brave because of your circumstances. This is about you defending yourself, standing up for your beliefs. Instead of letting your guard up or putting your guard up, instead of you saying, I'm going to become bitter, I'm going to live a life of resentment or misery or victimhood, you're breaking free from any of those restrictions, any of those limiting beliefs, any of the shame, the guilt, the bitterness. And you're saying, you know what? I deserve to live this life of abundance and live the life that I chose to have here on earth, which is a life of love and happiness and prosperity. Just because you didn't have some of those things in the past doesn't mean that you're going to go through this entire lifetime without them, Libra. That's what you're breaking free from. When the 7 of Wands shows up, you may have felt easily offended in the past. You may have felt defensive or even defenseless. You may have been in relationships where you were walking on eggshells. You may have felt the pressure coming in a work situation from all angles. You may have felt like someone was looking over your shoulder and you just weren't quite good enough, right? Based on circumstances that were outside of your control. You are realizing that you can take back your power, that you have this control to break free. Especially when it comes to maybe a relationship dynamic. 2 of Cups. Libra, you are all about relationships. You are ruled by Venus and you tend to learn a lot through relationships with others. Not just romantic, not just intimate, but relationships with friends, relationships with family members, co-workers, and even complete strangers can teach you some very important soul lessons on your journey. When this 2 of Cups shows up, there could be a very important partnership, a soulmate, an energy here of at times not willing to let love in. Someone may not have been willing to heal some sort of past trauma. There could have been separation here between you and someone where there at one point was an emotional tie or an emotional connection. This is the energy of two becoming one here, in a sense, right? Two souls. So again, some of you, this could be twin flame. For others of you, this is about learning through your interactions with others, but it's also about your own balance, Libra. This is feminine, masculine energy coming together. It is about you being able to balance the past with the future, and really finding that balance allows you to sit in the present, allows you to enjoy being where you are at, instead of looking back and saying, wow, that was really the worst, or that was such a difficult time of my life. You're able to look back on it with gratitude. And some of you, maybe you're not at that point, but I feel like you will be. It could have been a divorce that was so messy. It could have been a legal situation with a family member that was difficult. It could have been an addiction that almost took your life, or it could have been a near-death experience. Whatever it was, Libra, it could be small, it could be minor or major, it doesn't matter, but it was important for your evolution here. And I feel that you're realizing that something happened to actually create a better, more abundant life for you. Now, Page of Swords showing up. This is your energy of staying inquisitive, staying curious, staying aware of what's going on around you. And that is because you've learned some lessons. Because I'm sensing here, Libra, the young Libra, right? Page can be about, younger energies. So I feel like the younger you may have not seen red flags, right? Because you do have red flags showing up here. The younger version of you, and when I say younger, it doesn't mean the 10-year-old version or the 25-year-old version of you. Maybe it is, but for others of you, it's just that energy of not having the emotional maturity or the spiritual growth to deal with situations in the best of how you would like to deal with them. And this is about you graduating to a new level of a lesson here. Okay. This is about you finally graduating a lesson so you can teach it, or so you don't have to relive it. Okay. Page of Swords showing up here. You can see he's wearing his cap and gown. Now, for others of you, you may have even a child leaving the home, a child graduating, a child getting married. There's something here with a child or a family dynamic that has to do with either you and your parents or you and your children if you have them. But this Page of Swords can also be of finding something out through listening to your intuition, or maybe there was some sort of gossip, or maybe in the past, Libra, you discovered something that was painful. Okay, you discovered some sort of secret for some of you, and you've carried this on your back for quite some time. Okay, whether you're going through this currently, or it's been or it's something new that has recently come up, or you've been carrying it even subconsciously, Libra, because you have here Page of Swords, 10 of Wands, and you also have the 7 of Swords. No one loves to see the 7 of Swords. That can be the energy of lying, cheating, sneaking, trying to get away with something. Some of you have been in a situation where someone was not fair, or maybe it was you. Maybe that younger version of you didn't know any better, right? And that's karma coming back around. Karma, I don't love the word karma, but I like to see it as the law of attraction. Sometimes the things that we put out there, it comes back to kind of bite us, right? It comes back to bite us when we least expect it to. But I feel that you've learned some lessons and you're not repeating them. So this isn't about pointing fingers. This isn't about getting what you deserve. That's not what any of this is about. It is about the soul lesson, Libra, that you've experienced here on Earth. What's happening is you're releasing those burdens. The 10 of Wands here is saying that, yes, you may have that Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It mentality. You may want to take on the weight of the world at times because you feel like you have the power to do so, especially when it comes to relationships. But you are realizing that it is not your responsibility to heal, to fix, or to change another human being. Okay, and when you have that awareness, it completely switches the game, where you go from that role, possibly, thank you, Spirit. They're giving me that some of you may have played roles. I keep saying here, parent, child. Some of you may have been in an intimate or romantic relationship where you felt like the mother, or you felt like this was a child. It could have been a past life connection. Maybe in a past life, this person was a child, if you believe in that. You may have learned some deep soul lessons and it's coming back and reversing in this lifetime. But I do feel like you've graduated here and you're no longer carrying those heavy burdens, Libra, of something that was challenging, disappointing, or really, really deep for you. Because what do we have here as your final tarot card? The Star, and you have healing showing up here. The Star is all about healing. It's about inspiration, hope, guidance, positivity, and peace. It's saying here that you are stepping towards your dreams, whatever it is that you've always wanted to do, right? Whoever it is that you've always wanted to connect with, be in a relationship with, the kind of relationship you've always wanted, whether it's a friendship or a romantic sense, or it could be a love for a career, what it is that you do. The stars are aligning because I feel here that you are proud of yourself, Libra. You've graduated. There's something that you're doing or you've done or you've healed that maybe you thought was impossible at one point. Maybe you went through such a traumatic childhood. There was some deep wounded, deep healing that had to take place within a family dynamic, and you've forgiven this person. Now, that does not mean that what that person did to you was right. It does not mean that that situation was ideal. But what it means here, Libra, is you may be able to forgive this person because you're seeing it from a higher perspective on the role that they chose to play in this human experience. So very powerful. And I'm getting emotional because some of you, I'm tapping into what this may have been. So again, we probably don't need to talk about that here. If you want to book a personal reading, you certainly can. But I feel like you're healing and releasing in it. Boy, Libra, is it a weight off your shoulders, and you're able to heal and teach other people as well. So whether you are maybe starting a YouTube channel, Libra, where you're able to heal and teach other people, you may be going back to school to become a therapist, a counselor, an AODA coach, or you may be helping people through addictions, grief, recovery. You may be bringing women together. You may be bringing or volunteering at a shelter, something of that nature, because I feel like you're paying it forward here and you're giving of your time, your energy as well. So this is very, very deep. Now, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your money, your abundance, you have the Tree, you have the Gold Bar, and you have the Spiral. So when you get these, this is a really powerful energy, because remember, I keep talking about something coming full circle, some sort of completion taking place here. This is about you having the financial growth, something coming to fruition here. This is about abundance. Now, you may be in a family business. You may be in a career path that helps families, or this could be you're a sole provider to provide for your family, to create stability here. I'm getting 10 of Pentacles energy. I always do when I get this tree, because it's like the tree of life, right? This cycles. It's about financial abundance as well as leaving a legacy behind, Libra. And I feel like that's what you're doing. Some of you are healing from some sort of ancestral wounding or patterns, and you're breaking the cycle, and it's very powerful. There it is. You are breaking that cycle. And for some of you, it was really, really intense, but you are no longer lying to yourself or lying about a situation. Some of you needed to do what you needed to do to survive. Maybe you kept something hidden and you didn't tell anyone for maybe 10 years because that was your self-preservation mechanism. That was your fight or flight, saying, you know, I need to just flight. I need to just get rid of this situation for now. It's too heavy to deal with, but I feel like it's something that you have dealt with and recovered, and now you're moving forward with. All right. So what we also have regarding money here is the Gold Bar. I feel like a lot of you Librans are placing your stamp on the world. This is something that other people will remember you many, many, many decades even after you have passed. Many decades, whether it's your grandchildren's children, there's going to be stories woven around a great, 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 great grandmother or grandfather did this, or they broke the cycle, or they were the first to do this, or whatever it is here. But it's very powerful. You're leaving a splash. You're leaving a legacy. This is about investing in yourself. It's about your values. It is about your integrity, Libra. You may be in a position career-wise where this is long-term. You may be getting a loan, or you may be in the banking industry here. There's something here with investing your time, energy, and effort to something that's going to be quite satisfying. It's going to pay off and pay out, I just heard as well. So some of you may even be getting a payout, even though that's not showing up here in the cards. I keep hearing pay out. So your hard work is paying off. Now, some of you are climbing the ladder, whether it's in a corporate world or whether you are connecting with other people who can help your business grow. This is about connections, promotions, climbing upward. It's about an upward trend. You can see here that this spiral, there's no going back. So the 10 of Wands here, you don't want to go back to where you were, Libra. You can't, because you've ascended. And when you ascend, there is a brand new wavelength. There's a brand new vibration. There's a brand new energy that you sit in, and you're going to start to attract things at that level that you're at here, because you're spiraling outward in a positive new direction. And it's going to bring about some big changes in your life here. Very powerful changes. It's going to head you towards that path of a truer love, a truer abundance, or a truer career that really resonates with you on a soul level. Now, when it comes to love, we do have here, pay attention to the red flags. Again, I was getting beginning of your reading, eyes wide open. So you may be seeing the truth of a situation that you were not able to see before, and you're not repeating a cycle. Okay, it says the signs are cautioning you, or maybe you're able to see that someone is wearing a false mask, or someone was not being honest with you. There could have been news that came in or will come in that will allow you to see things more clearly. You have here reconciliation. Someone from your past may be returning. No, it doesn't have to be an ex from the past. It could be for some of you, but it could be feelings and emotions because you've been doing the healing. So you may have someone on your mind from the past, and you may be connecting with them on an energetic level. It doesn't mean that physically they are going to reach out. Some of you maybe, especially if you're dealing maybe with another air sign, Libra, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because you do have the Page of Swords showing up here. But there's healing, there's mending and learning here. For those of you that are single, you certainly could be heading towards an air sign, and it could be a new relationship, possibly with someone a little bit younger, but they don't want to play. You know, they don't have the sneaky emotions here. They want to, well, I say they want to play, but they don't want to play with your heart. I feel they may be a flirt as well, or this could be you extending your lighthearted energy to them as well, because there is an attraction here. There is this energy of I am ascending, I am healing, and you may even meet someone at a group, at a support group, or in some sort of healing practice, workshop, a seminar. It could even be through Reiki, if you are familiar with that, or if that is something you are taking. It doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. It could be a friend, a lifelong coach, or a partner that you decide to work with that can help you towards your path of spiritual enlightenment. Now, what do we have here for Libra from the Work Your Light Oracle? We have align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? That's why this is showing up for you. That's why your eyes are wide open, so you can realign your energy, Libra. If you have had some things that have felt difficult, that have felt a little bit shaky, it's showing up for you to see clearly, for you to celebrate. Remember, this gifts card, it literally says celebrations, surprises. It's about a gift from the universe coming in that you're going to feel so grateful and feel the abundance, the gratitude, the blessings coming in here, Libra. Something that may be unexpected for you, but it's going to shift your life in a very powerful, beautiful way. And it's going to shift it in order for you to become more in that energy of alignment with what it is that you want to attract. Maybe it's attracting that job, that business idea, that partnership, that health. For you, this is about alignment. And there may be something in the inner world that wasn't aligned with the outer world. And you're seeing how to bridge the gap now. This talks about inner temple, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart, Libra. Your heart is wide open this month. This is all about you tuning in, making decisions from the heart, especially with the Two of Cups. It is about you loving yourself first. It is about you surrounding yourself with the people that love you in return. And there's a lot of them, Libra. I feel like people look up to you. They rely on you. You may be a healer for many. And this is about you tuning in and feeling that reciprocity, that equal give and take. And it fills your cup very, very full. All right. Now, a question from the Soul Truth. This is really about you getting honest, raw, and real with yourself. It says, am I ready to let go of this buried shame? Now, some of you Librans out there are saying, oh, Melissa, I don't have any shame. I feel good. Sometimes, yes, we can feel wonderful. We can feel great. But it doesn't mean that we don't have these suppressed emotions that are lying dormant within the body that can create dis-ease that we may not be aware of. Libran, if you're feeling that way, I really challenge you to go within and ask yourself if there's anything at all that you still may be hanging on to, because there may be just some of these soul lessons that you are not eradicating, that's not the right word, but you are shedding light on. And when you shed light to it, what happens when you shed light in the dark no longer exists, right? Is it still there? Absolutely. But it's you being able to see things for what they are and to bring about a sense of a shift, a light shift here. Okay, it says the feelings of shame is the lowest energy frequency there is. When you live in shame, you live in darkness. What part of you is ready to stand in the light? Is there any shame from a past experience that is ready to be healed? Today is soul action, Libra. Heal the shame by giving it a name. Bring it to the light and let it be seen, heard, and healed. It's revival season. Replace the shame with your soul's truth. Fill in the blank. My soul's truth is blank. Maybe your soul's truth is that you are a divine spark of love. Maybe it is that you are here to help teach others. Remember, whatever label that you put on this, if it is a label that feels a little bit negative that you've told yourself, maybe you were in that victim mode, or maybe it was some sort of self-talk that you've grown accustomed to. This is about shedding light to that. What does your soul really feel on that deeper level? That's what the soul lesson is all about here. We have here wasp, which we talked about. Yes, sometimes life stings, but you're making a comeback here. Some of you may be 64 years old, have a birthday on the 6th, the 4th, the 10th, or even the 1st, Libra. And then lastly, your card is mending. And I'm going to read to you the oracle message from the guidebook. Now, some of you may also be 52, have a birthday on the 5th, the 2nd, or the 7th. And this is the message for you. It's all about forgiveness, making amends, or healing after arguments. Each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal. So first of all, you have the unwanted burden right there with the 10 of Wands. And there's the chains or the bars that we keep sometimes locked around that heart center. It says this keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal. The pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free, Libra. Now, for those of you that this is a relationship, it says that you've come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you want to move forward. Whether you are separate or together, Libra, you and the other person may still be experiencing the effects of the hurt. Even if you're not aware of it, the energy needs to be clear. So again, like I said, what must you do, Libra, to bridge that gap? Closing your heart is not the answer. You have the power to heal this wound. Ask yourself, what would love do? Only good will come from forgiveness and an honest redress. Now, when it comes to finances, some of you are healing your financial state of mind as well, or your financial energies. It says everyone makes mistakes, especially when you want something very badly, Libra. You may come to realize that in chasing after a pretty shiny thing, you lost sight of the long-term, sustainable prosperity. Sometimes you make choices that look good at first, but ultimately lead to loss or failure. It's time to forgive yourself or others. Don't blame anyone. You get to start over. Wiser and more mature. That's a big theme in your reading here. You are wiser, Libra. You are more mature. The journey to true abundance can be bumpy. Make amends to anyone you may have hurt along the way, especially yourself. Forgive those who may have taken advantage of you. Let go and learn from this. You are now that much closer to achieving the kind of prosperity that really fulfills you. Nothing is ever lost or wasted when you view it from that perspective. This really wraps up everything we've said. This is a very intense reading here for you, Libra. Some of you it may not resonate with, but I feel for those of you that have stuck through to the ending of this reading, you may be a powerful light worker. You've come here with some very, very powerful soul lessons to learn because your soul is brave, courageous, and strong, and you've chose to, again, experience as much as you could. For a lot of you, you're an old soul. This may be your last lifetime on earth, or it's something that you have deeply learned how to overcome some of the biggest challenges and struggles in your life, Libra, and you will continue to do so. You will continue to evolve. Pat yourself on the back because you've come a long way, and you're going to continue to thrive. You're really on that path of true prosperity in your career, in your relationships, within your health, within your family dynamics, in the physical realm as well as the spiritual one. Because on that spiritual level, what is happening for you, Libra, is the soul is aligning and it's going to reflect in your outer world where that brings more balance and peace. And you are all about balance and peace, Libra. I hope this resonates, beautiful souls. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in. Lots of love.